This is a question from Hunter, who wonders what will happen if all racing rules are ignored, and a competition is held to see who can get a person around the track the fastest, completing 200 laps. What will the winning strategy be? Let's assume the racer must survive, and the best outcome will be about 90 minutes. There are many ways to build a vehicle. It can be an electric car, rocket sled, or a cart moving on rails like a roller coaster. But in every case, it is quite easy to design a structure so that a person becomes the weakest part. The problem lies in acceleration during turns. Racers will experience strong accelerations. At the Daytona racetrack in Florida, there are two main turns, and if a vehicle goes through them too quickly, drivers can die from the G-forces. For very brief moments, like during car accidents, people can experience hundreds of G-forces and survive. One unit of overload is the force you feel standing on the ground under the influence of gravity. Fighter pilots can experience up to 10 units of overload during maneuvers, and perhaps that's why 10 units is often used as a rough limit of what a person can endure. However, fighter pilots experience such overloads only for very short periods. In our case, the driver will have to endure them for minutes, possibly hours. There is a good document from NASA about the physical effects of acceleration, which shows that ordinary people can withstand only 3 to 6 units of overload for an hour. If we limit our vehicle to 4 units of overload, its maximum speed on the turns of Daytona will be about 240 miles per hour. At this speed, completing the course will take about 2 hours. Definitely faster than anyone who has ever driven a real car, but no less than an hour. But wait, we forgot about the straight sections. We can accelerate the vehicle to a higher speed on straight sections, then slow it down before turns. This will help the car complete the track in less time and keep the driver in a relatively constant state of acceleration throughout the journey. It will feel more like a constant strong pull on a heavy planet than sharp accelerations like on powerful American roller coasters. Keep in mind that the direction of acceleration will constantly change depending on whether the vehicle is turning or accelerating or decelerating. Each direction of acceleration has its consequences, but a person best tolerates acceleration directed towards the chest, like a driver moving forward. The body is least capable of withstanding acceleration downwards towards the legs, causing blood to pool in the head. Therefore, to keep our driver safe, we will need to turn him, so that he is always pressed against the seat back. If we limit him to 4 units of overload, our driver will finish the course in just under an hour and 45 minutes. In comparison, modern Daytona race cars complete 200 laps in about 3 hours. If we increase the limit to 6 units of overload, the time will be reduced to 1 hour and 20 minutes. With a 10-unit overload, which significantly exceeds the limits of human endurance, the time will still be over an hour, and it will require breaking the sound barrier in a straight line. Thus, excluding questionable concepts such as liquid breathing to counteract the effects of constant high G-forces, human biology limits us to a finishing time of more than 1 hour at Daytona. But what if we remove the survival requirement? What maximum speed can we achieve for the vehicle to circle the track? Let's imagine a vehicle attached to a central axis with Kevlar straps on a round track of similar size. Essentially, it's a giant centrifuge. This allows us to apply one of my favorite strange equations, which states that the edge of a rotating disc cannot move faster than the square root of the strength of the material it is made from. Otherwise, it will tear apart. For durable materials like Kevlar, this speed ranges from 1 to 2 kilometers per second. At such speeds, the capsule could finish the race in about 10 minutes, although of course not with a living driver inside. All right, forget about the centrifuge. What if we build a chute like in bobsledding and send a ball down it? Unfortunately, the disk equation kicks in again. The ball can't roll faster than a few kilometers per second, otherwise it will spin too fast and break apart. But what if we make it sliding? Diamond is one of the strongest materials, so we could imagine a diamond capsule sliding through a smooth groove. Since it doesn't need to rotate, it could potentially withstand stronger acceleration than a rolling ball. However, sliding will lead to significantly more friction than with a ball, and our diamond could catch fire. To overcome friction, we could levitate the capsule using magnetic fields and gradually make it smaller and lighter to accelerate and control it more easily. Oh, we accidentally built a particle accelerator, and although it doesn't quite meet Hunter's criteria, the particle accelerator allows for an interesting comparison. Particles in the beam of the Large Hadron Collider move very close to the speed of light. At this speed, they cover 500 meters in 2.5 milliseconds. Wikipedia lists around 800 racetracks, and the LHC beam could traverse the equivalent of Daytona 500 on each of these 800 tracks, one after another, in about 2 seconds before the racers reach the first turn. And this is indeed the maximum speed at which one can move.